Good evening, everyone. My name is Someshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of our organization, Yog Vaashishtha Evening Session. सोमेश्वर का आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वाशिष्ठ के सायंकाल के सत्र में करता हूँ। डे 64। आज हम अपने 64वें सत्र की शुरुआत करने जा रहे हैं। So just like every day we begin our session chanting Om 3 times. Let's begin our session by chanting Om 3 as well. Let's all close our eyes. आंखें बंद कर लें. Sit comfortably. Take a normal breath in and let go. One more deep breath. And as you breathe out, drop all your past and come back to the present moment. This present moment is new. Let us welcome this moment by chanting Om 3 times. Take a deep breath in. Let us awaken the divinity within. गुरु का आवाहन कर ले. पुनः पुनः let us express our gratitude to the divinity, to the master. गुरु वंदना करते हैं. गुरुर् ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Let us pray to the divinity, to the master. Whatever the words that come out of our mouth, whatever the actions that happens, whatever the thoughts that come into our mind, The power of discrimination arises in our intellect. The impressions that might be getting created in our memory, if they are, and this feeling of I, me, let thy be, and all this be inspired by the Master alone. We, the people walking on the path of liberation, if we experience that Jivan Mukti, that moksha, that liberation right now, this moment, this remaining life, and if we have to come here again and again to express our love, our gratitude, our bhakti, to serve the humanity or to spread this knowledge, let thy be inspired by the Master alone. Feeling the presence of the Master divinity within and outside, slowly and gradually, the gentle smile on your face, you may open your eyes. Jai Gurudev. So let's continue today's session. Yesterday we saw that Vaashishtha Muni is guiding Prabhu Ramchandra ji, Lord Rama, about how he can go ahead and drop the ahankara. So here Rama asks the question that if I have to drop, earlier you have explained that if this body, this jad deha, this inertia, this body is created because of the ahankara itself. Now you are asking me to drop this ahankara. If I happen to drop this ahankara, along with that, will this body will not also get destroyed? It will also not be there. Then how do I live my life? That is the question that has been asked by Rama. And today, Vaashishtha Muni continues to answer this question. So here we are starting with chapter number 47 now. Here it says that when we say ahankara, this ego sense, there are two types of that. So there is one ego sense, that particular ego sense is called dheya vasana, means you always have an things goes on in our own mind that, okay, I want to achieve this goal, I want to achieve that goal, I want to do this, I want to do that, all these things that hovers on to our mind. That is the first ego sense that has been said, that is dheya vasana, means, and we need to tag, we need to drop that. And then the next one is the gneya, or we can say geya. Gneya or geya vasana. That means something which is knowable, that I want to know this, I want to know that. No, to keep on knowing this, all that cravings, that asha, that hopes that is there in our mind, to wanting to know, always wanting to know, doesn't allow us to go deeper within. Unless you go deeper within, you will not experience the divinity, you will not experience the Atman, you will not experience your own self. So here Vaashishtha Muni says, Rama, that dropping this ego sense doesn't really mean that we also go and drop your prana or drop your body. No, it is not like that. This inherent understanding, what you are saying, that the moment you have to drop this ego sense, your prana will also get dropped and your body will also get dropped. This inherent understanding of yourself itself is not correct. No, this doubt itself, what you are asking, is not correct, because as we have seen, there are two types of these ego sense, dheya vasana, and the second one is the geya vasana. Once we kind of drop this one by one, then you need not drop the body. You will continue to function the way you are. But now there not be this concept of you doing the stuff. You will not assume the doership. No? So that is what, when we say that all this body, its five senses, and then the associated external things, and then your water, your food, whatever the vastra means all these cloths that we vastra alankar, your home, house, etc., etc., all these things, which is in the form of the matter. Having that it is there in me only, no? Having that sense of that this is mine, I own this, having that possessiveness about it, if you are able to drop that, then you will be able to drop all these things. So considering this, that these external things, or this body, or these indriyas, these five senses, and the external objects, or the people, assume that if I am not there, means if I drop this ego sense, they will also get destroyed. No, if you some of this is something is lost out of this. Suppose your car is lost. Is it that you lost something? But how do you feel it? As if you have lost something which is part of you. No, because your car is lost. Car is got scratched. There is some scratch that has happened in your own thing. No, so having that association with all these things gives us sorrow. So that feeling of something has lost, the people have lost out of your life. No, the thing have lost, some things have lost in your life. How do you feel? Something has gone from you. No, that feeling, because you have associated yourself so much with that, you're attached so much with that, you feel something, some part of you have been taken out, and that becomes the here all the shandritus, no, this kama, krodha, lobha, madha, moha, no, this greed, entanglement, jealousy, no, all this going towards outward, all these vishayas, no, the five senses which are towards the vyakti paristhiti and the situation, no. Say this, what are the situation that gets created, all the people around you and the objects around you, it wants to go and enjoy that pleasure. We really set a goal to achieve this. I want to achieve that. I want to achieve this. This is the dheya. No, this is what we think that this is your goal that has been there in your life. But is that what the goal is? No? Is that what your goal should be? No, your goal should be attaining the moksha, attaining the mukti. You want to become free, liberation. So having such dheya in you leads you to bondage. Holding on to such things leads you to bondage. You becomes caught up into bandhan, and getting liberated is becoming free from all these things. So the first, this low sense of that I am doing this, I want to achieve this, all that sense of that is to be dropped. But then this is that avastha, this is that situation when it comes that I am not just says whatever I'm thinking, this five senses, this body, all the other things which I see just as my part, just as I see this. It's not, I am not just that, I am something else than this. Then this bhava, this feeling of I, this feeling of possessing it, it's mine. No, that gets stopped. And then you start experiencing that I am that Chaitanya, I am that Chidatma. Then if you continuously do this anusandhan, means every moment if you continuously do, using your pragya, using your buddhi, no, if you do this, all these things, then automatically all your dheya and vishaya, automatically they will drop off. No, no? And then you will be automatically established into Atma Bhavana, means you will be established into your own self. No? And then you will become the Buddhi. Swarup Nishta means your pragya will be alive, it will be there, and you will become one with that. No? Then all these things that will automatically get dropped. Now here Vaashishtha Muni explains that when we say that they have to drop this dheya, the vasana, no, it doesn't mean that you have to drop the body, you have to drop the prana. That is not what is expected here. No, you will still your body will still exist, you will still be able to function, you'll still be able to do all the actions that you are doing, all the Kriya Shakti will still be there, but there is no that cravings that will be dropped. That feverishness to do the things will be dropped. You will be still doing the actions, but with a calm state of mind. That is what is expected, not dropping the deha, not dropping the body. That is not what is expected here. Now, Vasishtha Muni continues to the second one. That is basically the dropping your Jnaya Vasana. Jnaya Vasana means what? It is basically Jnaya. Jnaya means Jnana. Jnana means we know knowledge. No? Jnaya is the knowable. Something which is knowable. And wanting to know, wanting to know, wanting to know. This continuous journey that happens because of we become so restless. No? I want to know this, I want to know this, I want to know this. This wanting to know have a limitation because you are trying to know the things through your five senses. And your five senses and your buddhi, your tarka is very limited. Your logic is very limited in nature. So, and something which is Chaitanya, which is Atma, which is Brahman, Shiva, Isha, various names is what we call that with. It is beyond knowable. How can you know it through your five senses? So at one point of time, we need to go and make sure and understand and realize this, that the more I know how much less I know. When we watch this movie called What the Blip Do We Know? Here, all the world's topmost scientists, doctors, engineers, psychiatrists, physicians, quantum mechanics, studying all these different parts of the science, they come together and they do the brainstorm session on this, and ultimately they conclude is what? Having known all these things, what is it that I can say about it? That how much less I know. What the blip do I know? In this abundance of this universe, where there is an abundance of the knowledge, what is it that I know? Very small it is. That is what the expression that comes. What the blip do we really know about it? Talking about the knowledge, when we talk about the Vedas also, we talk about we have seen earlier also the Parashakti and Aparashakti. The mark of Aparashakti means we are going through all these scriptures, Shastras, trying to understand, trying to know the things. It's being said that when Veda Vyasa, when he wanted knowledge, when he did the tapasya and wanting to gain the knowledge, he does the tapasya and the Shakti, Saraswati, Brahma, whatever Shakti, Shiva, whoever gets prasanna and offers the boon, okay, I will give you the knowledge, come, take how much you want. And it is being said that when he goes to pick the knowledge, he says there is an abundance of knowledge. Mountains and mountains of knowledge is spread over everywhere. And then out of that, looking at all this thing, all that Veda Vyasa can do, he just picked the four handfuls of knowledge. And when he contemplate on that and present that, that becomes our four Vedas. It says to read the Veda properly and understand it, it takes 12 years. Implement that knowledge in life, it takes 120 years. Just to go and experience and practically put in life four Vedas, it takes 5 lifetimes. If you think you are going to live for 100 years, imagine how much is this knowledge? How much will you know? At one point of time, Gurudev कहते हैं, कुछ जान के चलो, कुछ मान के चलो, सबको गले लगाते चलो. How much you would like to know? How much will you know the things? No? At some time when you do sit there for the meditation, no, always they say that at this point of time, ना मुझे कुछ जानना है, ना मुझे कुछ करना है. Neither that I want to do something, that dheya of doing the things, that dheya vasana, drop it. Drop wanting to do something, drop it. And now मुझे कुछ जानना है. That dheya vasana, wanting to know, also you drop it. Both the things that you drop it, then you will be able to sit and go to yourself. You will be able to get into that samadhi. Then you will experience the meditation. Then the meditation happens. Then you experience dropping all the three avasthas, Jagruta, Swapna, Sushupti avastha drop. Okay, then you experience the Turiya avastha. You be with yourself. So this wanting to know, there are other parallel words to it. It's called cognoscible. And there is also one which is a very common word used for this cognoscible is the cognoscible. So this cognoscible is basically being capable of judicially heard and understand it. Capable of being known. That is what is gay. That is what is neya. And then dropping that vasana is what is important in life. So there is also when this shloka comes, en chinna vicharena jivasya neya vasana nirapraseva suryasya tasya loko virajate. He who has removed by his reasoning, means reasoning, means through his buddhi, through his tarka, through viveka, the vain anxieties of his mind, all these different sankalpas, different sankalpanas, imaginations, all these things, it concepts, it forms, vain anxieties of his mind, has displayed the light of his soul, like that the unclouded sunlight. There are brakash, means there are no clouds. There is no clouds of ignorance there. How does the sun shines? No, so like that, the one becomes like that. When they are able to drop the Dheya Vasana and the Neya Vasana, Gaya Vasana. When you drop this, both the same, you establish yourself. And to do both the things, do we need to drop the body? No. Do we need to drop the prana? Do we need to leave this body? No. Vaashishtha Muni said that is not what is required. It is that craving, it is that feverishness about it needs to be dropped, and you can still be able to perform actions. And what happens after that? Then you experience the Jivan Mukti, then you becomes the Videha Mukti. When this ahankara, this ego sense, this vasana, this cravings and feverishness and entanglement and attachment about it drops, then you just perform the action based on your prarabdha, based on your prapta karma, means whatever the thing, that role which you are playing, you just continue to play that role, dropping both these. Then that is what is called as Jivan Mukti. That is what is called moksha. That is what is called Vidamukti. Janak Raja is the one who has now started living the life of Jivan Mukta. He is the one, giving an example of Janak Raja, that he is become Jivan Mukta, despite of he is there in his body, despite of he is performing all his duties, there is no iota of that I am the doer, the doership there. No, there are no I want to do this. Neither there is and wanting to know this, because now all the whatever is beyond the capacity of knowing, that he has already experienced. No? So wanting to know also is shant, is also dropped. So very beautifully he kept saying that then such being, they just appear to do their day-to-day routine life. Vyavahara purta, that small little bit of aham which is there, that is present in them, and they completely, they said that even that also is not there. That Vyavahara, they appear to do Vyavahara, but there is no doership. That small aham also is not present in the Jivan Mukta. They just appear to do this. They become silent. They become maun, peace. Then they become nirvikalpa, means there are no sankalpa, there are no wanting to do things, and all. They establish into samadhi. They expand into meditation. Only with being with the Janmatra Swarup, Videha Mukti. Those Mahatmas are called Videha Mukta. Then it doesn't matter whether their body exists or their body does not exist. It is immaterial to them. So they have already dropped all these things. So having understood this, dropping the aham vasana doesn't mean that you have to drop your body also. That is how Vaashishtha Muni removes the doubt of Rama here. So he said that Rama, that whatever these two things I have told you to drop, they are equally important. There is nothing less, this is less or this is more better. Nothing of that sort exists. It is any Purusha, if adopt any one of them, that they can establish into the Shiva, they can establish into the Brahman. No? So both are very important. They are very, both have can experience by adopting of them. And anyone can experience that. Vigata Jwara means that feverishness, no, about the things will drop, and they can experience and become the Jivan Mukta. And they assume means if despite of the body exists, they can still experience just walking, there is no body. It's like as they had been a deep sleep, and if somebody performs, what is the action they will do? Just like that, they will just behave like a videha mukti. No, so any one of this, if you see that any one of this, they exhibit certain qualities, and that's the reason I keep on telling you. Shishtaman is telling that I keep on telling you, no, what are the qualities of such Jivan Mukta? That these are the Jivan Mukta, whatever the Prapta Karma, whatever the things that have come in front of them, they just keep on doing their roles without getting into the Vishayas. This attractions, outward attractions, they are indifferent to it. No, it doesn't matter to them. They do not do anything related to them, and because of that, their Jivan Mukti never gets bhanga. They continue to eternally experience the Jivan Mukti here. So, having said that, here Vashishtha Muni said that this Bahyartha Satya, this outward things is real. No, whosoever establish this as a Druda Bhavana, whosoever things like this, then they get entangled into this Trishna, means the cravings, that wanting to do, and attached into this Ushaya, all these things, the words one who does all this karma, they are the one, they get stuck and they get into bondage. That becomes their reason to be bonded here. And then that is how they get into caught up into this Jivan, this cycle or samsara of death and birth. So they never becomes free. So one, if we are to become free, we have to drop this jagat. The bhog means the one which is giving, seems to be giving you temporary pleasures. Dropping that, establishing yourself into your own self, is then the outward actions of those people will be just for the sake of people. They will be doing those vyavahara outside. Now, going further, Vashishtha Muni explained there are 4 types of nishchayas, means four type of thinkings one can do. No? So what are those? So the first thing I say is that I am this body. No, I am this jada body, means inertia body. I am that. That is the first type of nishchaya one can do. No? So this mithya jagat means the illusive world, whatever it is there, then having such sense, having such ego sense, having such nishchaya, one gets caught up into the world. That is the first type of nishchaya one can do, and definitely it does not lead you to the moksha. Definitely it does not make you free. Now the second nishchaya, the second thing is that that what is there, all these 5 senses and all these things are there, and they are my, means I am only tvam, means what that two is also the same thing, which is that tat means the Brahman, the Shiva, that Chaitanya, whatever we call that tvam tat asi. No, so the focus here is that on the tvam, no, that I am exists everywhere. No, Vedanta Siddhanta also says the same thing. It's a very famous Siddhanta, and that one does this nishchaya, definitely they walk on the path of moksha. They attain the moksha. They becomes liberated. They becomes free from this. This is the second type of thing that is being adopted. Then the third type of thing, that if you see this infinite world, no, there are so many things outside, the matter outside. In that, the Atma which is there inside it is that I am that Avinashi. I am non-destroyable, immortal Atman. And then inner, inside or outside, everywhere I alone exist. Means now if you see that Tat Tvamasi, the second one focused on Tvam. Now here the third thing is focusing on the Tat. No? It's focusing on that everywhere else. No, everywhere else, that is Tat. that is the Brahman, that is the Shiva. Everywhere else it is that Ishan, everywhere else it is that Chaitanya, which is there omnipresent. Everywhere it is the same. This is the third type of Nishchaya. Means here focus is on that Tat Pada, means that Brahman, and then you are contemplating on it, on this thought, holding on to this thought, then Nishanshya, without any doubt, you will walking on the path of moksha. And this is very upayogi, means it is very helpful to you attaining the path of liberation. And the fourth one, it is saying that this drishya, me, I, and this drishya jaga, both it is not like as it appears to be. Now in this tat tvam asi, the focus is on asi. No, that it appears to be like this, but in reality it's not like this. It is the Maya. It appears to be real, but in fact it is unreal. So focus is on asi here. So this is the fourth type of thing, that this is this body and this universe as it appears to us, or as we perceive it as it is not like that. It is something else there. No, it is just like a space. No, it is ek swarup, means it is that one with the, and it is like shunyakar, means it is like nothingness. No, that, so that kind of thinking is that asi, means it is like this, that what it appears is not like that, it is something else. No, having such fourth thought is also equivalent to prapta moksha siddhi, means it will lead you to moksha, it will lead you to the. So here now Vaashishtha addresses that this is the Mahavakya, tat tvam asi. No, in this, that asi, that pada, tat and the tvam. No, this is what has been suggested. It's related to that, and you hold on to this. No, if you become firm in this, then you are walking on the path of liberation, and one day you will become mood. So the next point that Vaashishtha explains to Rama is that Avga means everywhere I am only the one. No? So his Vaashishtha explains, out of these three, four thoughts that I have explained, the first thought obviously is a malin. It's inflicted and does not lead you to the moksha, and all the other three thoughts definitely, walking on that path, definitely contemplating on that, it will lead you to the liberation. And if you think it from the perspective of the Trishna, Drishtina, Nishchaya, that the first one is inflicted, it's ashuddha, no, not pure thought. So because of that, it does not lead us to that jivan mukti, that thing. And the other threes are capable of leading you to the liberation. No? So out of this, all these other three, hey Buddhiman Ram, so out of these three thoughts which are leading you to liberation, my favorite is what? That is what Vaashishtha tells him, that hey Buddhiman Rama, means hey intelligent Rama, out of these three thoughts, I am everywhere. Everything is me alone. No, everywhere else I am there. Omnipresence, no, omnipotent, omnipresence of the Atman, of the Brahman, of the Shiva, of the Chaitanya. This is the one Nishchaya that is very favorable to me. I like this the most. No? So that is what is he say. So because of this Nishchaya, because of this thought process, something which is above, something which is down, something which is near, something which is far, wherever I don't see anybody else other than me alone. I don't see anything else. No, there is nobody else other than me alone. So when this happens, automatically the Vishada, means the dukkha, the sorrow, that diminish, and the bondage is broken down. It doesn't stay, and then you become slow. No, so he says Rama, that eternal nature of itself is called as Shiva, Purusha, Ishana. These are some of the names that is being referred as, and there are different opinions about it also. They are also called as Shunya, Prakriti, Maya, Brahma, Vijnana, Ityadi, etc., etc. No? So here Vaashishtha is telling that some people call it as Shiva, some people call it as Purusha, some people call it as Ishana, Some people call it as Junya, nothingness, Shunya. Some people call it as Prakriti, the nature. Some people call it as Maya, the illusion. Some people call it as that Satchidananda Brahma. Some people call it as science, Vigyan. There's so many different names it has been called. No, the name is that Nitya Atma is Shiva Purusha Ishan. That is what is here Vaashishtha Muni tells to Rama. So how is it like? So it is just like that. Gold is there, and in every alakara, every jewelry, the same gold is there. So this is the same Atman which is there, present everywhere. Then when this firmly established, then this physical body is Thula, no? And this is mine, that is not mine, that is not mine. All these things automatically drops. That's the reason here, Rama, you also don't think like that. This is mine, that is mine, this is somebody else's. No, like this you don't get very harsh, means don't get very happy about it. Or if you are doing something and if it doesn't succeed, don't get sorrow about it. Why it is not happened like this? Means drop all that thing and then don't repent on it. No, don't repent on that, and don't spend your precious, valuable time in repenting or regretting about it in your life. Drop all that. No? That is what is Vaashishtha Muni explains to Prabhu Rama. And then he said that then once you become nirvishya, means there are weddings that are no foolishness. Nirvikara, there are no this kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, matsara. There's greed, entanglement, anger, jealousy, all these vikaras are there, na, that will not be there. And you start feeling one with the Brahman, one with the Shiva, and you establish yourself into the Advaita. Whenever you sit for the meditation, you go deeper into it, you apply all these principles and remain there. And when you go outside, when you do Bahya Vyavahara, then you apply the Dvaita. No, then you have to the duality there, and then you remain like that. No, so then what will happen because of this? Then you will be able to understand the different qualities of the things, and you will be able to use it as appropriate. Then that will be according to the Shastras. Now this point is very delicate here. Now let us understand this. So now till now we have all been seeing that there is only one, everywhere there is only one. And now here Vaashishtha Muni is telling now completely opposite of that, something else. He is telling that when you sit and you go deeper within, you have this internally this bhavana that everything is one, Advaita bhavana. But when you go and practically start doing certain things in your life, then you keep that proper Dvaita. What does he mean here? No? If we not understood this properly, then again you will get stuck into that Veda bhavana. That there are two. Let us understand this properly. What is being meant here? That if there is an ice, there is an water, and the water is heated and it has become the vapor, although there is only one water element, everywhere do we drink the ice and the vapor? No. What we drink is the liquid form of the water only. So Gunadharma means the ice has some qualities, the water has some qualities, and the same water gets vaporized, it has another qualities. So here you are applying the Dvaita Bhavana. Means now you are using a power of discrimination. Bhed. You are saying, oh, this is ice, this is water, this is the vapor, but when I am thirsty, I am going to take water and drink it. Are you getting this? This is very clear, very thin line is there when we say that in outer world apply the Dvaita Bhavana. This is what is it mean. No? Otherwise you see everything with the same equanimous thing from within internal you. So then it will not bother you. So that is what is very important concept Vaashishtha Muni tells. No? And then like this Jivan Mukta, the one who becomes free by adopting all this knowledge, by adopting all these practices in their life, and once they become free, they do not worry about the things, no? And they do not become sorrowful also. No? So the Rama, when you adopt this Uchita Vyavahara, right? And being into Jivan Mukta Sthiti Purusha, there's different types of dukkha, sorrows that comes into one's life. No? You will get rid of that. You will be able to look at the world as the world is. No, that is what will happen to you. So all this, when such things happens, all this bhaya means fear, chinta means worry, tan means stress, aswasthata means restless, khinnata means we're experiencing the sorrow. All this does not come into your life. And then for all the period, that sada sarvada means all the period, you will establish through samadhi. You will experience the samadhi state. You will remain calm. So like this, the Mahatma means the one who is Jivan Mukta. I can express them like this. I can do unka varnan. That is what he says. No, so such people who have dropped paratyagana deya, and that is saguna swarup, that they have dropped all these things and they have established themselves into this, then they continue to do their prapta karya. They continue to give their 100% doing what are the activities that they are supposed to do. They continue to do that, but they are not entangled into it. They are completely away from that. That is what is Rama explains here. Vaashishtha Muni explains to Rama, and Vaashishtha Muni also add, no, there are some people which are still stuck into this. They always express myself and I explain you the Varnan, I describe the qualities of the enlightened one, the qualities of the Jivan Mukta. If I have to describe the Murkha, means the one who really does not follow this path, does not really understand this, I really can't explain. I really can't talk about them. No, that is what is then the one who thinks that they are this world, the one who has not understood these things properly, they keep themselves entangled into all these things. Why do I keep on telling you the qualities of the enlightened one, the qualities of, because the moment you hover onto it, the moment you keep on thinking about those qualities, you will start assuming those qualities within you. That is the reason again and again, puna, I keep on telling you those qualities. And the one who are entangled into this, the Murkha is calling himself that then these people as fools, no? That they have stuck into this Vranti of this illusion world, and they think that this is real, and they express their high, they express their sorrow, they express their dukkha and all these things. No, to express the Varnan, uska Varnan karna, but it is very difficult to talk about all these people. So I really don't want to call it. It's very ashakya, it is impossible to talk about them. No, how these people they have dropped all these things. They no, even Gurudev says na, they are he said when in EG he spoke about, there are people that बोलते महात्यागी, the you are महात्यागी, जो सबसे महान है, the one which is Ishvara Chaitanya, that God is, you have उसी को drop कर दिया, you have left that only. I am not Mahatyagi, you are Mahatyagi. You have left that which is highest knowledge. You are got stuck in it. You are the Mahatyagi. I am not the one. That is how he tells, and he explained that. So that is what is continues, and then he says that when that happens, Rama, then this Antastyagi means the one which is like goes outward, and the one which is going inward and established in itself. No, that one which is having an expectations from the future, and then in the Vartamana, in the present moment, whatever is prapt, whatever is there, and associated Vishayas which is going outward, having an love towards it, and the past and the Bhutka, that is the past, whatever happened, having a feeling about it is Anukul and Pratikul, means it was good and bad kind of things. In the Smriti and Vasana, drop all these three. Dropping all these things means no Dheya, Aham, and Vasana. Dropping all these three, one can establish itself into the Nirvikara Swarup, that is Ekrup, the Brahma Swarup. No, that you have to study, you have to do abhyasa of that. No, this is very beautiful. No, every time when we say that, we always think it is just dropping the past and the present and coming into the present moment. No, this we have heard it a number of times. Now here Vaashishtha Muni is adding one more dimension to it. Let us understand this. This is very beautiful. He says that even in the present moment also, don't think that you are real. Don't think that you are real and you are being, and in the present moment getting entangled and attracted in the outer sense. That also needs to be dropped. Past anyway, you have to drop it, not to worry or having a hope about the future. That also needs to be dropped. That asha needs to be dropped. But in the present moment also, don't get entangled into this and do something about it. No, drop all these things. No, then drop all them. Then you will firmly establish. Then he also tells that this world, what appears to be so real, appears to be so complex. This is the one which is constantly changing. No, there is only one constant thing in this world, is the change itself. Change is the only constant here. And what we think that something is permanent here, and then we get entangled with it. Someone said something to us, that person has forgotten, we think that is still there, that is still continuing, that is still constant. But that has already changed. Look at this body. This body is going constantly under kritin. This twacha, this skin is going constantly under change. No, everything in world is changing except what we are. No, except that. You remember the immortality process. In the immortality process, we know that everything else changes. This body changes. Your feelings changes. Opinions about the people changes. Everything else changes except you. So this jagat is constantly undergoing to the change. Don't get entangled into this. No, don't get, there is no this feeling of shatru and mitra. But there is no mitra here. There is no friend of friend, and there is no shatru here. No, there is no third person. If there is third person, then it will be there. It's you alone. Everybody is there. This is just the bhranti. There is just a basavan thing which is created this bhed, this dissemination here. Don't get entangled into it. Know that all these things changes. No, things will come in your life, it will go, it will diminish. People will come in your life, it will go. No, all these things will keep on happening. Knowing that the one thing which is there constant is that your Atma, that is the immortal thing, is there. So having this said that, Hare Rama, know that this in the universe, these prani matras, they continuously keep on going, the changes, no, that keeps on happening. That is what Vaashishtha Muni explains in this chapter. And the next chapter that will come, we'll see a beautiful story of Punya Pavan Katha. So that is something which we'll talk about it tomorrow. So for today, I'd like to hand over this session to you. You are welcome to ask any question and get your doubts, if any, clarified. And you are welcome to express yourself, your takeaways. What are the learning that we saw in today's session? Over to you all. I'll take a pause. मैं अपनी वाणी को यहाँ पे विश्राम देता हूँ. इस सत्र को आपके हवाले कर देता हूँ. जय गुरुदेव. So I'm opening all the unmute options. You will be able to unmute yourself and speak. सत्र ऑलरेडी खुला है आपके लिए. हाँ, जय गुरुदेव. Maji, would you like to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah. Bhaiya, as Vaashishtha Muni says, he don't drop the work of the present or the future. In the real moment also, you drop all the activities. So which body will work? Physical body or our mind or our awareness? I want to know this.
So here what is being explained here, that physical body will work. It will continue to do its actions. But then it will not have any entanglement related to its action, neither the cravings. No? Problem comes when you want to do things and you want to do it in great hurry. You want to do the things and it doesn't happen, it does pinch you. That is where the sorrow comes. That is where the unhappiness comes. No? So he says, drop the past anyway, drop the future also. There is no, it will unnecessarily bring you worry, anxiety. The past will unnecessarily bring you the dukkha, sorrow, daurumanasya, sadness. Drop anyway this thing. But in the present moment also, when you are doing the things, if you have that jwara, if you have that feverishness about doing the things that I am the doer, or I will get a pleasure from the outside, that temporary pleasure, then that can happen. It doesn't happen in past and future. It happens in the present moment only. When we get attracted towards things in the moment. So here he says that having that vishayas, the attraction towards the vishayas, the five senses and it outward going, drop even that also. That when we do that,
so we should drop only the feverishness.
Yeah, you have to just drop that vasana, that feverishness, that vasana about it, not the actions. Actions anyway you cannot drop it. Can we drop the actions? Will you not toilet? Will you not go to the urinate? Will you not eat your food? You will not sleep. How can one drop actions? Action you cannot drop. Will you not go and earn your money? Can we drop the actions? Actions you cannot drop. The impressions of the actions can be dropped. The karma phala tyaja. Gita also said the thing. Drop the karmas. Drop that. Not the actions.
Not the work, but the fruit.
But the fruit. And then also drop.
There are 4 nischayas. There are 4 nischayas, and only the last third will lead to what? Salvation or Ideha Mukti. And the first one, which is the first one? First nischay.
Yeah, so here what is explained, Ramaji, there are 4 nishchayas that one makes. The first nishchaya will not lead. The first nishchaya gets stuck, I am this body. That I am this body sense is there. No, I am the doer sense is there. It will not lead us to mukti or moksha. It is said that the last 3, which is the last 3 is Tvam, means I am that. Tvam.
Tattamasi.
Tattamasi means Brahman. Asi means the process of that I am that. Or whatever I perceive this, it is not like that. I am something else. I am Vin. That Jagat, whatever this Jagat is there, I am not that. That is Asi. I am not this. I am that. So these 3 things, not Tattvam, Tat and Asi, everywhere. So these are the things that will lead us to liberation. That is what has been said.
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody else wants to express themselves? You are welcome to unmute yourself and you can express. Any question that also you are welcome to ask. Or you can put it in a chat also. Anything is fine. Whatever is preferred to you. Jai Gade Sangeeta.
Jai Gurudev. Thank you, Someshwar ji, for explaining it very beautifully. And my takeaway is also regarding the ego sense. That was a topic that we have been discussing. So Sage Vaashishtha says, this is like a dense cloud which comes in front of the sun. And then that is your ego. So that ego comes. That is the last veil. If we see the happiness program also, there are the 7 layers of existence. So this is the last layer that we have to cross to go into yourself. So we have been seeing this body, breath, mind, intellect, memory, everything we have seen. Now comes the ego. So that is the most, actually, it is a very good thing to have an ego. Gurudev also says that, But here, Vaashishtha, first we'll listen to Sage Vaashishtha. What he says, it is a dense cloud, veils the sun. That veils the sun. That sun only is hidden, but it is dispersed by the wind. When the wind comes, so it takes the clouds away. Again, the sun is shining. So the darkness of the ego sense, which veils the self, is dispelled by the wisdom. That is what we saw yesterday. The difference between the wisdom and intelligence. We saw that. It was very beautiful. And that wisdom is your inner light. That is your inner knowledge. right? Which is purifying his mind by the cultivation of this knowledge. It purifies your mind when you cultivate this wisdom. You have to cultivate it within yourself, yeah, and kindling the inner light, just like tilling the field that we saw yesterday. Okay, so then here we come. Now, what is that ego sense? Ego sense is the densest form of the darkness. When dispelled, inner light finds itself. It is a dense, that very deep core. It is, that sense. And what is that sense? Actually, it is that sense. It is that ego strength which has the ability to deal. Actually, it is very good, ego. It depends upon what type of ego you have. There are two types, the inferiority complex and the superiority complex. So inferiority will always take you in the depression mode, low, I'm not good. I'm not good. That is what it is. And then the superiority takes you ahead. But then you need to create a balance in this also. What is the balance? That equanimity of not going to the extreme. The superior and inferior, again, they become extreme. So come to the balance. I could get that. Yes, from this. Yeah. And now these egos, of course, they come from, some come from the birth, some come from your being in the society, from your parents, from your those attitudes and the way you live, the way you behave. All these are the egos which are going on with you. So you have to look into that. And the level of confidence also comes according to that, that ability to handle what you're going through in your life. Those challenges which come to you shows your ego strength. So it is good. Even Gurudev says, have that ego strength. Strength is good, but don't go to the extreme. Be in the center. Keep your ego in your pocket. It's a good one, no? Without ego, how can we go on? We cannot, right? So being good and having those challenges which come in your life, to face them. What happens? Then you grow out of those situations. That is what it is, with the help of that ego. And these challenges help, this confidence helps you the ability to deal with the challenges in a good and coming up with the solutions in your life to your problems. Even if it is just like, even if you fall down, but you just get up, dust yourself and come on, again you go on. The life shows you some situations like that, but it challenges you. And when you take the challenges, then only you can change yourself. So that is the ego, when it helps you to come out of those situations. So it is not bad. Here also, Vashishtha Muni says, Sage Vashishtha says to Rama, be an excellent person. He doesn't tell him to go and just be an inferiority complex person. He says to be an excellent person with the sharp intelligence, with your memories now rubbed off. Now you come and you become an excellent person. So the ego helps us, taking up all this. And through contemplation, one should be playful, playfully engage oneself in the action. Now that is what is saying. Vashishtha Muni says, through contemplation, again you have that contemplation with you, but one should playfully engage oneself. Be playful now in your actions. And that happens naturally. It should be natural, without the desires and the undesires. Again, not going to the extreme, but coming it in the center. But with a heart and a mind ever cool and tranquil. So with that, what happens? Your heart becomes cool and tranquil. With that state of mind, with that, having the direct experience. Now that gives you a direct experience of a non-dual truth. That truth which you just said now, I am Brahman, is okay. But everything, this change also, world which is changing, ever time it's going on, it's not permanent, continuously changing, with all the examples which you showed, it means, but then that also is Brahman. So me with everybody is Brahman. With that truth, that is Tattvamasi, that is that thou art. One abandons the ego sense and conditioning. Now, no feeling of mind. मेरा नहीं है. So there is no craving. जब मेरा है, मुझको चाहिए, तब वो craving आता है ना, कि मुझे चाहिए. Then the feverish comes. Everything is related when you say me and mine. So that is not there. And this direct realization of egolessness and humanity. Thank you very much.
Very well explained by Sangeeta ji. So anything, even in happiness program also, so what is ego? Well, that is not just saying here. It is from the Gurudev's knowledge that any feeling of separateness is your ego. Now, if you see those 4 parts of Nishchaya, Tattvam Asi, so all the 3 is that you are Brahman. And the first one is that I am this body. Means I am separate from the Brahman. The moment that separateness from the Brahman comes, that is what is ego. So if you see this reason for this entire creation itself is what? That Brahman, that Shiva, that Chaitanya, feel that I'm separate and I want to express myself now. Is some form, whatever form is form, and that is also that Puran that creates that they wanting to do something outside than me comes into picture. That is the Ahankara. That Ahankara solidifies, become more deeper. Then your Chitta comes, your Buddhi comes, then your Indriya comes, then your body comes, then all comes that comes outside. So this it is very subtle, that feeling of separateness from the one is ego. Very beautiful. So Gurudev is really think that Tattvam Asi. No, if that Tattvam Asi is not there, what means is that first one, which is I am this body, I am this, I am this, I am that, and then you're stuck. You're stuck into this and that. And now when you say that first one comes, that I am this body, I am this, I am that, then this identity that take is either on the downward direction or in a upward direction. That I am superior means Ahankara dawns, and I am inferior means the human dawns. I am hopeless, I am victim consciousness, I am hopeless, low, or this. This is also not good, that is good. And that's I am separate than that one, which will include this side or that side. This is also not good from the perspective of liberation. So you have to drop the inferiority complex, you have to drop the superiority complex also, and you have to drop the feeling of separateness from the one which is Brahman. That also needs to be dropped. Unless you drop it, you will not become free. So you need to drop that also. Raja state, even the way of even the Vyavara that he is, there also means there is so much I is completely removed from the is not that becomes the state. So what comes in between you and your mukha is this I, this bhava of avam that stops you becoming one with the divinity. फीलिंग ऑफ सेपरेटनेस को ड्रॉप कर दो बोलते वशिष्ठ, छोड़ो उसको, जब तक वो रहेगा तब तक मुक्त नहीं हो पाओगे. So drop it, even drop that also. Superiority and also the feeling of separateness, that I am this body, you make something called a Jivan Mukti, liberation. And how your actions will be after that, there will not be an iota of you doing it. There will not be any doership, neither there will be any payment for that. What is the consequences that comes? That also will not be there. This will happen. You will get a pain, but you don't mind it. It's okay. In this action, the pain has come out, arise out of that action. I'm fine with it. No, there will not be this discrimination of discrimination. No, at one point of time, it does definitely help us to cleanse. But after some time that equanimity established, you stop discriminating also. What is discrimination does? It does bait. This is good, this is bad, this is like this is like that, he is like this, he is like that. This is what is the discrimination, this judgmental mind. No? So at one point of time, would drop hona chahiye, judgmental. passing on judgments, comments, thinking somebody is like this only. That particular person behaves like that in particular state of mind, in one particular, because of the trigunas, whatever the trigunas are there, no, that impression, sattva, rajas, tamas, and the three doshas, vata, kapha, pitta, because of this, and the people around it, what are the food that he ate, what are the location that he is sitting, in that particular situation of influence of all these things, that particular person said something, or he has behaved like this. Everything that is permanent in nature, it is gone. It is gone. The situation is gone. The body is changed. The situation is changed. Everything is changed. We think he is like that. We label kar dete. This judgmental thing, discriminating something bad, thinking somebody is this only, always, ये सारी चीजें छोड़नी पड़ेगी. तब तक मुक्ति नहीं मिलेगी, तब तक सफरिंग रहेगी, तब तक दुख रहेगा, तब तक वो वाय 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 करेगा, अंदर से वो उथल पुथल होती रहेगी, नहीं मिलेगी शांति. You will not experience the peace of mind. You have to drop all these things. Then only one can experience the Jivan Mukti, Videha Mukti. That is what
it is finally a thought which arises from this Supreme Being. That is what is ego, which is called individualized consciousness. So that individualized consciousness has to merge within the infinite consciousness. So without any conditionings or anything, just leaving it aside, everything, just going and merging into the infinite consciousness. And that gives you the liberation.
तभी जीवन मुक्ति होगी, तभी मुक्ति का एहसास होगा, तभी वो शांति मिलेगी अंदर से. जो अंदरूनी शांति बोलते हैं ना, कब मिलती हो? जब हम लोग ध्यान करने बैठे, सब कुछ छोड़ देते हैं, सब कुछ छोड़ देते हैं, तब जाके सच में ध्यान लगता है. Otherwise, ध्यान करने बैठते, you think about the situation, about the people, about the object, gone. Your meditation is gone at toss. So तब नहीं, तब शांति नहीं मिलती है, तब मुक्त नहीं होते हम. कुछ छोड़ के जब बैठ जाते हैं ना, मुझे कुछ करना है.
Sarita ji, is non-dual awakening is possible in all times? Duality comes. Duality always comes. When we come in the real world, then duality comes. Is it possible non-dual awakening in all times?
See, there is one thing which I remember. Some दृष्टि होनी चाहिए, लेकिन सम वर्तन नहीं हो सकता है ना सबके साथ. So that is the point. Here he is telling you some दृष्टि रखो. That world appearance should dissolve. So how will that dissolve? With those undesires and desires which you have in your mind. ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए, ये है, cravings है, वो conditionings है, all that. So when you dissolve all that, that some दृष्टि हो जाएगी कि सब जगह पे ब्रह्म है. But that doesn't mean it has to be a samvartan. So that is there. That is what I know.
Absolutely. Sangeeta ji said it very clearly. Let me read this pyara. It is in Marathi. I'll read it for you and then translate it in English. Here Vashishtha is telling. No, just listen to this. It says that Atun Nirvishaya Nirvikara Brahmashikrup Advait Par Raha. Means what is telling Vashishtha here? Inside you have that samadrishti. Inside you have that equanimous state. Inside you have nirvishaya. Nirvishaya means there are no cravings, no foolishness. No, nirvikara means there is no kama, krodha, lobh, mada, moha, matsara. No, these things are not nirvikara. And then feeling one with the Brahman, feeling one with the Shiva, feeling one with the Chaitanya. Ekrup, that Advaita, that everywhere I am only exist. Where this you have to keep it inside. Always keep it inside. But when you go by here, means you go into the world, material world, how you should be doing it? You should be doing it Dvaitapar. Means there the Ved comes. There the duality will come. And as Sangeeta ji has said, there you will, Vartan will be different, but having an equanimous state. Now this is really conflicting. This conflict with the understanding of this thing that you have to be one. Now that is where I give an example. I'll repeat that example and that will help us to understand. So let me first complete this, then I'll give that example. So here said in outer world, Dvaita par raha means What will happen if you be like that? म्हणजे वस्तूंच्या वेगवेगळ्या गुणधर्मांचा त्यांच्या उचित कार्याचा भान ठेवून वाग, याप्रमाणे तो शास्त्राला अनुसरून. This what is being said here, that when you go into the outer world and you see different things, these different things exhibit different qualities, no? And understanding that they are different, understanding their different qualities, you will be able to deal with them the way it should be. Now let us understand this statement. This is where the conflict arises, right? So if somebody is there, you are in a corporate world, somebody is very good in Brahma Shakti. We have a serious point when we talk about Om. Somebody is very good in Srijata. They are very active. If you say that let's start a new project, they are very much there. Let's arrange for a party, they are there. Let's arrange for the music gathering, they are there. Brahma Shakti is very down. Now understanding this guna about that person, and somebody is very good in maintenance and somebody is good in other qualities, identifying those qualities in them and placing them at right time in a right place, it will benefit. You are doing bhed only. You are doing discrimination. But you are not giving any favor to one person. Not giving favor to one person. Not giving favor to everybody is in equanimous state. Everybody is same. No, then be it afternoon coordinator, evening coordinator, morning coordinator, whosoever it is, your drishti is sama. But then you are assigning the stuff. Like now, I will not call Ramaji come and do Guru Puja. I will only call Sangeeta ji. Why? Because Sangeeta ji have done the phase 1, phase 2. She is a Guru Puja Pandit. So मेरे को वो भेद रखना ही पड़ेगा. I cannot say Ramaji come and do the Guru Puja. I cannot do that. I have to call Sangeeta ji only. Having this dvaita there, but then as Sangeeta ji is Guru Puja Pandit, she is so dear and near to me, and Ramaji is not. ये नहीं रहेगा मेरे में. Then, despite of having a Dvaita Bhavana, inside it's all equanimity. That is where the Dvaita Vyavahara comes into the picture. Let us understand this in more detail. You have a water, you have a ice. It's the same ice which gets converted into ice. And the same water you boil it 100 degrees Celsius, it becomes a vapor. But although that same water element which is there in the ice also, in the water also, in the liquid form, and in the gaseous form, in the vapor, it's the same Jala Tattva. But what do we drink when you are thirsty? Do we drink ice? Do we drink the vapor? No. We drink only liquid form of the water. So having that Atman is there same everywhere. When you want to drink the water, you become the liquid one. That is where the Dvait. That is where the Ved is there. So ice is a solid form, vapor is in gaseous form, liquid is the water. That is useful for me to drink. Let me drink that. That is where the Dvait comes. Does that mean that we have done the discrimination about the water element? No, we know it. There is a water element everywhere in these forms, but yet I will drink only the water which is in liquid form. That is where the Dvaita comes. So that's the reason I stress upon this. Let's not understand it. Because if we misunderstand it, then the whole purpose will be lost. This is the purpose. Does that make sense? Anything else to be added? So
like, the natural form of water is cool, right? Now it gets the heat from where? From fire. That is when you keep it on your gas. So that is the intrinsic form of that fire. Fire is always what? Hot. Water is always cool, right? So if you keep the water for some time, after boiling also, what will happen? It becomes cool, isn't it? It comes back to its nature. So that is what it is. You know, the Brahman is there everywhere. That is the nature. You don't have to do anything of that. Nothing has to be done like that. You know, kuch bhi nahi hai. It is there, isn't it? Now, how you apply it, that is different. That is wo hum activity karte rehte. Again, it says Raja Janak has the equanimity and then he goes and performs his duty as it is. Abhi wo ye nahi hai ki chaprashi ko utha ke wo Raja Janak usko throne pe bitha deta hai. That is not to be done. Are you getting there where your intelligence comes? So intelligence will help you to move ahead. Wisdom will help you to when to do it and when not to do it. Intelligence will tell you how to form the strategy. So you do all that. But that light which is shining on you, that has to be it is there. Okay, so with that, I think so it is quite clear now. Okay. Yeah.
Fantastic, very good. It's very important point, and thanks for bringing that, Ramaji. Thank you for raising that and getting it clarified. Very beautiful. Anybody else that needs to be added or said, you are welcome to unmute yourself and you can talk about it. If not, then we'll pause the session here and then we'll meet tomorrow. Rohini ji, Kusuntai, Savita ji, would you like to say something? Add to it. You are welcome to do that. Okay. If not, then we'll take a pause. आज यहाँ पे स्वल्प विराम लेते हैं. We'll take pause this session today so that we can continue tomorrow. Jai Gurudev. If some people are not very comfortable with English, we conduct the same session in Hindi tomorrow at 8 a.m. also. IST 8 a.m. Same session will be presented in Hindi language also. यही सत्र को हम लोग कल सुबह 8 बजे हिंदी में भी इसको प्रेजेंट करेंगे. तो यदि इंग्लिश इज लैंग्वेज एंड प्रॉब्लम, आप मॉर्निंग का सत्र भी आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हो. जय गुरुदेव.